Okay, this is our primary trainer. 70541 is a Cessna 172K. It's a low-time airframe, it's a low-time engine, it's in great condition, and we've highly modified the avionics to bring it into the 21st century. Garmin Avionics G5 displays. So it's a great instrument trainer, and it's a great primary trainer too. So let me show you the inside of the airplane. All right, we've got the master switch on. You can hear the turn coordinator spooling up. You can also see the #1 Garmin G5 waking itself up there. And I'm going to bring on the avionics master switch. When the avionics master switch comes on, you're going to see the second Garmin G5 start to boot itself up. And you're also going to see the Garmin GTN 650. When this airplane came out of the factory, obviously it didn't have this level of avionics in it. It was essentially a steam gauge airplane. Nothing wrong with that, but the industry has largely moved beyond that, and we're trying to have a trainer that will train people and prepare people to fly what's state-of-the-art in today's world. So the majority of our students are going to start with their private pilot certificate. We will occasionally get somebody who's already got a private and they're working on some other ratings. Some people go on and they'll get their instrument rating. With respect to the instrument rating, we also have a Redbird simulator. It is FAA approved, so the time in the simulator can be logged. It'll count towards the instrument rating and also towards instrument currency. Keep the simulator right next door. Let's walk over there and I'll show that to you. When we installed the simulator, we built an enclosure. We wanted to be able to keep it cool in the summer and warm in the winter. The other thing that the enclosure is really good for is it produces a very immersive environment. When we have a student training in the simulator in here, there's no other distractions going on around them. Basically, they're in the sim with full wraparound visuals and they're in simulator world. So it works really well. All right, so this is our Redbird simulator. It is an FAA approved basic aviation training device. Simulators have been used in general aviation training for a long time for the instrument part of the work, but we're reaching a point that with the wraparound visuals that we have available in here, it's a fantastic tool for primary work as well. You can teach a lot of visual maneuvers in the simulator very effectively and save time and save money by doing it in the simulator. What you'll see here is that below the screens we have a physical layout that very closely represents the airplane. You've got a physical throttle, prop, mixture control, you've got a trim wheel. We can simulate a complex airplane. We have landing gear, we have physical switches, master switch, magnetos. So a big part of flight training is tactile, and you can actually get your hands on the controls and manipulate the controls very much the way you would in the airplane, and that's invaluable for training purposes. So I think the next thing I'd like to do this afternoon is bring one of our flight instructors in here and have Abe work with you, and he's going to give you a familiarization flight in the simulator just like we would do it with a primary student. He'll be able to go over some of the maneuvers that you did in the airplane to kind of reinforce some of those things and probably introduce some new things as well, steep turns and some things like that.
All right, so here we are. We always use the checklist just like we would in the actual airplane.
Okay.
So if you want to start here on the before start checklist.
Okay, brakes apply, so.
Okay, so go ahead and yep, just like in the airplane, the toes actuate the brakes.
Okay. Oh man, these are sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay. Radio master switch is off.
Okay, so the avionics switch is the white switch there. Down is off.
Okay, it's off, and the beacon switch is on.
Okay, so the beacon
is
up is on.
On.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So right for
page.
for the start
All right.
checklist.
Mixture rich.
All right, so just like in the plane, like we did, we want to push the mixture all the way in for full rich. Yep.
Okay. Throttle open 1/8 of an inch.
We want to push it in just about 1/8 of an inch. Yep,
Okay.
just a little bit.
Okay.
Exactly.
Master switch is on.
Okay.
Master.
Yep.
Flaps up. Over here, they're up. Propeller area is clear. I think I'm good.
Yep, we're clear.
And brakes, apply the brakes. Ignition switch, start.
Okay, so over here is your magnetos.
Okay.
And we want to turn that all the way to both, and it should start right up.
Okay. Throttle is 1,000 RPM.
Throttle.
Throttle is right there.
RPMs
It's right at 1,000.
Yep.
Radio master on. So now I turn the
Yep,
radio
now we
master
turn the radios on. Good.
Okay, mixture as required. Full ridge of temperature is less than 50 degrees.
Yeah, so we would lean for taxi if we were taxiing from the
Okay.
hangar down to the run-up area. So in the plane we do 4 half turns lean. So we just roll it to the counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
4 half turns.
Okay.
Good.
Altimeter is set to our
Right.
field elevation.
Yep, 2992.
FMS set.
Okay, so this plane doesn't have an FMS. It has the Garmin 530 package.
Okay.
So our GPS here. To go into the practice area, I always like to set the GPS, to find
To
out how
home.
far away we are from our home airport.
Okay.
That way you can make radio calls. Hey, we're 5-10 miles away from the area. So if you want, you can take the big knob on the far right there, and turn it all the way. Keep going, one more, and then push it to get a cursor, and then hit direct. There should be a little D.
This one?
Direct. Enter. Good. And then you can uncursor, so push it again, and then roll it back to the maps page. And then that just sets our distance. So it's giving us direct to Benton. Once we start flying away, it'll give us a distance.
So I can find my way back home.
Yeah.
Like breadcrumbs, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and we'll practice taxiing now, so we kind of get the hang of that in the sim.
Okay.
So you can take your feet off the brakes and just slide your feet back. So your heels back, and your toes will be off the brakes. So that way, when you push on the rudders, you're not getting into those
okay,
brakes.
Not getting into the brakes.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
got
Good,
it.
just like that. That's
Okay.
perfect. And go ahead and add just a little bit of power to kind of break loose from a static stop. Perfect. Once you start rolling, you can gently bring that power back just a couple hundred RPMs. So about perfect. Doing great.
Well, there's
You kind of got it figured out. Right foot for a right turn, left foot for a left turn, and add a little bit more to right to stop a left turn.
Why is it you're going the wrong way and you want to, you kind of keep pressing that way and go, why isn't it slowing?
Yeah, and this is more difficult than the actual runway here at Stearman because you don't have the white line to kind of line up on.
Yeah.
So this is making it more difficult than it would be in the real airplane.
Okay. I'm down to the end. Where am I going?
So you see this little turnaround right here?
So I'm going to turn
I want you
around.
to turn left off and kind of turn around, and we're going to taxi back down to the other end. Yeah, now add that left rudder. Good. Okay, and then we'll turn right.
Oh, is that it?
So we don't want to leave the hard surface quite yet. So go ahead and add some power. We'll do the right rudder to get us back on the pavement.
Okay. Where am I going to go? Oh, here it is, huh?
Okay, and the right turn.
Oh.
So little right rudder, right brake.
I don't know where I've
So the
lost-
runway is right there.
Okay,
You see the
and it goes
entrance,
back
and then it
this
goes
way.
back that way. Yep.
Okay. All right. We did real good till we turned, and then I just lost it there. Okay, now. Just goes to show when you lose control, there's just no good to get back.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, now I can see it.
yep, so just a little bit more. Yeah, this thing takes a little bit of power to start moving, just like the real plane. I mean, you gotta add a little power to break loose, and then once you're moving, you can reduce it a little bit. Yeah, this is really good. This or maybe just a touch faster is how fast you would actually want to taxi. We don't want to be screaming down the taxiway or the runway. And then we lose control, right?
I was gonna say, and then any little movement is really exasperated.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, what?
But this helps you really. It is sensitive, unrealistically so, but it helps us develop those fine characteristics to actually control the airplane.
So now I want to stop. I'm just stopping. Okay, I'm at the end now.
Okay.
Right?
So we do need to turn around,
Okay.
and we're going to take off going the other direction.
The whole turning around is not good for me.
So just add a little bit of power, and once we start rolling, then add the rudder the direction you would desire to turn.
Okay, so now I just want to go that way,
And then we'll go the other direction.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and then add full left rudder and a little bit of left brake. Good. Okay, a little bit of right rudder to center us up. Good.
Now I'm just going to stop.
Good, good. Real good. So,
Hey, I was on the pavement. I wanted to just stop.
so when you're ready, you can take
Okay.
your feet, you slide your feet off, take your feet off the brakes and slide them back.
Okay.
And then you have one hand on this side
Okay.
and one hand on the throttle, and smoothly advance it to full power. So all the way in. Okay, all the way in. And we check gauges are green, airspeed's coming alive. We're holding that runway center line with those rudders, right? Okay. Smoothly start bringing back pressure on the controls. Just with one hand. Smoothly bring some back pressure. Good. We want to keep that nice and straight. Okay. And we'll lower that pitch attitude. We want to level this about with the horizon, so not quite as much back pressure. So we'll lower, relieve some of that back pressure.
Okay, there's my altitude. I was kind of...
Yeah. We're just climbing through about 2,000 feet. So keep us on about a heading of south. So
Well, I was
no, it's all right.
trying.
No, you're doing good. You're doing really good. And we'll lower that pitch just a little bit. Because it's easier to see forward when you can see the horizon, right?
Yeah.
Easier to keep that heading when you can see the horizon.
Yeah. Okay.
So
There
right
we go.
about there. And then you can keep yourself, if you need a little bit of trim, it's right here.
Okay. So up and it brings the nose down.
Yeah.
Trim up. Okay, there we go.
So a little bit of left aileron to keep us headed south.
Why am I going up?
But we still want to be climbing. That's okay.
Okay.
So just like yesterday, we'll climb up to about 3,500 feet. So you can see how you're in a, without even looking inside.
Yeah, I know.
Without even looking inside, we can see we're in a turn because you have more, if your
Yeah.
your wingtips aren't level, right?
Yeah.
You can see you got more sky on this side than that side.
Yeah.
There you go. So start bringing some
turn
forward.
it back.
Yeah, start bringing some forward pressure, and we're going to
Okay.
level off here.
Okay, so we're 30.
Yep,
35.
and start bringing a little bit of power back.
Okay.
So
All right.
good,
You
right
said-
right about there. I'm going to help you with your trim here. So this looks really nice. It was all I did was give you a little bit of trim. You pretty much leveled off on your own. So that was really nice. So now we just want to work on that straight and level like we talked about,
Okay.
right? Just nice and small changes, right?
Yeah, this
Smooth
is sensitive,
correction.
though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's developing that I call finesse, right? We want to finesse the controls. No large pitch or bank changes, just small corrections. Really finessing the controls, and you're doing really well. All right, so let's go ahead and make a 180-degree turn to the north. You choose the direction.
See the... Okay. I can do the left or right.
Sure, yeah, left or right, doesn't matter. We just want to make a nice coordinated turn. Nice.
Where's my degrees or...
Yep, there's your heading indicator.
Okay.
So we're just going to turn around and head the other direction.
Same thing, I want to keep the horizon the same spot, right?
Yeah. So we just want to do a nice, medium bank turn just like you're doing. Try and keep the horizon right where it's at.
Yeah. Alright, I'm due east now.
Mm-hmm. So see how the horizon is slicing through your compass?
Uh-huh.
That's about what it should look like.
Okay.
So you know if it comes below, you're probably climbing, right?
Right.
There you go.
Okay, now I want to level out because now I'm to the north, right? I went past the north.
That's okay. We're just, figuring out the airplane, learning how the controls feel.
I don't know where I'm going. There's the north. Okay,
So there's north. So aside from learning, the 4 basics, introducing how to taxi and fly, the simulator is really great for learning emergency stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the simulator we can, I can give the student, instrument failures and engine failures that it's not as realistic in the airplane. We can pull the throttle to idle, but I'm not going to actually turn the engine off, right? In the simulator we can do that, and they can make an off-field landing, which is invaluable.
Yeah.
Got a natural.
I don't know. I'm kind of got a death grip though. I'm catching myself very tense.
So the simulator should be a relaxed environment. That's why we do it in here, right? Because there's no real threat. It should be a place where we can pause and talk and practice without having to the fast-paced environment of an actual airplane.
Right.
It's very nice. So we did a steep turn yesterday in the airplane. You want to try one in the sim?
I suppose. They're not my favorites.
So add a little bit of power as we roll in. A little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah. Keep going, rolling that bank. You're at 30. Keep rolling.
Okay,
So
that's
see how
about it right there.
That's about 45 right there. And see how your nose is slowly dropping, so add that back pressure.
Yeah.
A little bit more. And you can see how the small pitch changes. You can see where that horizon cuts through. You really want to hold it. All right, here comes north. So let's anticipate that rollout. Well, you're 100 feet from when you started.
Yeah.
That's right about private pilot standards. That's excellent.
Wow, what a great discovery flight experience I had at Air Cap Aviation. Both the flight in the 172 and the simulator training gave me a preview of kind of what to expect in instruction for a private pilot's license. Abe was a great instructor. He was both encouraging and he was calm. And anyone who begins this process should look at a flight school and look at an instructor with the idea that you're going to spend quite a bit of time with them in the plane and in the simulator, and you need to find someone who you're comfortable with. AirCap has the advantage of having an excellent trainer that can take you through your PPL and instrument training and beyond, and also a simulator where you can get some advanced training on the ground and in an environment where you can pause the aircraft and you can fine-tune your skills, and at a reduced cost. Discovery flights make great gifts, and since AirCap is located at Stearman Field, you can continue the celebration over at the on-site restaurant. Chuck Finney or any of the other instructors at AirCap would be happy to talk with you and give you more information about all their programs. So take that step and begin the journey into aviation. You'll never regret it.